Hi, on this video. Hey, Shark, what's up? Yes! Yeah! Let's go, dude! Hell yeah, man. Let's go! Only took 14 ending attempts. Nice, man. Hell yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's a really, really good level, bro. That's just a really, really good level. I really like that. That was very fun. It's very choke point heavy, sadly, which is unfortunate because that's going to make a lot of people just not want to play this, which I 100% understand, right? I get it if you don't want to play this because of the choke points. But man, this level's just, I don't know, there's just something about it, man. It's just really fun. I really like it. It's very, very good. Cool. Very, very cool. Let's slap that shit onto on my spreadsheet. But first and foremost, let's get some attempts. I think I barely didn't get it under 10k. FARBIDI theory. I'm gonna give it a 92. I enjoyed it, despite the choke points. I did think this was very, very fun. List. I'm gonna call this inexorable as well. This is probably easier than the rupture. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because I think it's harder than Jesse. So I'm just gonna slot it beneath the rupture. FARBIDI theory added at number 26. What did I push off? I'm gonna look back at the footage later. Does anyone remember? FARBIDI theory. Skibidi theory. FARBIDI theory. This level is really cool. I really like this level. It's very, very fun. This level, visually speaking, is very awesome. I really enjoy this old design style. I've always done that. As a person who's been playing this game for nearly 12 years now, I just really, really, really like old design. I think it's very beautiful. And it's just something that feels very Geometry Dash to me. I don't know. Is that something that's weird? That certain levels just feel more GD than others? I don't really know. The only real issue I have with the visuals is a personal issue, which is that because of the fact that it's very dark, it kind of like blends together for me personally, so I have a hard time seeing things. Like some of the visual indication, especially for like the second UFO, is really, really hard for me to see. Like I couldn't see the spikes properly. But that's an eyeball issue, right? That's not a level issue. That's an eyeball issue. That's me being skill diffed by real life. So it doesn't really affect anything particularly. So it doesn't really matter. But it's still great. Right? I don't really mind not being able to see as long as the things that I do see are beautiful. And they are. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Gameplay wise, I like it. Right? I think this is a fun level. And I think it is genuinely enjoyable. However, I talked about it a little bit on stream. But I have a very, very hard time recommending this level. Not because I don't think the level is good. As I've reiterated like 15,742 times already. It's fun. However, balancing wise, I gotta say it's hard to recommend, man. And that's not because I personally had a problem with it, but that's because I know that my personal indifference to choke points and to balancing doesn't really matter, right? Like, me being indifferent about something being poorly balanced or poorly ironed out for choke points, I guess you could say, doesn't mean that I know that other people are not going to be bothered by it. I've seen a lot of people really dislike this level because of the choke points that I'm about to mention, and I understand it. I'm going to be real, I 100% understand it. I get why people do not like it for that reason, right? Let's start with the pre-drop. The pre-drop is fairly easy. It's not too bad. It's not too incredibly hard or anything. But there's like a couple jumps right before the drop that are like really hard. That being the jump at 18%, which like you can either jump it too early or too late out of the little block structure, and then you get absolutely destroyed by either jumping too short or too far, and it's really stupid because like very weirdly specific. And then you have the double spikes at 21 and 23, which are just really hard timings. They're like 8 jumps of hell silence club step type vibe, and it's just like, it didn't need to be that hard, but they kind of just are. But other than that, you're kind of like free falling and gaming up to like 44%, and once you get to the ball part with the mirror portal, that's when shit goes absolutely haywire and you start dying a billion times to everything. The first couple of cleaves of the ball are just ridiculously hard. There's nothing really more to it. They're just very difficult, and because of the mirror portal, you have like this very swift transition that just kind of like owns you a little bit. I died to it an unhealthy amount of times, and it's mostly just because of the fact that I just could not use visual indication properly to time it, because, well, mirror portal transition is not the mirror portal itself. I'm going to preface that real quick. It is not the mirror portal itself. I do not care about the mirror portal being there. The mirror portal did not add anything specifically difficult. It's just that you click at the apex of the actual transition itself, which means that you don't actually have like a proper window of time to like click. You just have to like know. And that's a side effect of the mirror portal that I'm not particularly a fan of, but, you know, it's whatever. And then you have the ball click at like 51, which is also like really dumb, because, well, it's like really dumb because it's like super oddly specific. And then the ship part at 54 is also like super dumb, super specific, and the blue orb at 58 is also super hard and super specific. You get the point. There's like a bunch of choke points in this section. 44 to 60 is really hard. I'm gonna be real. It's just super difficult. And then it's kind of chill again. The UFO is not that hard. It's hard, but I got really good at it, so it's very consistent. So it's one of those parts that is like, it's like, the UFO parts are like, weirdly enough, the most accurate to its difficulty. They feel very fair, they feel very fun, they feel very consistent, and it's just, I don't know, the UFO parts are fantastic in this level. And then, of course, the last 20% of the level is just ridiculous. That's like what everyone thinks, is that like either 70 or 80 to 100 is like just all the difficulty. Well, I don't personally agree, because I thought 44 to 60 was really, really hard. The ending is so brutal, man. Like, even on my final day of playing this, I was kind of just like never in the mindset of, yeah, I'm definitely going to be beating it today, even though I got to I got to the ending 10 times today, or that day. Right, I got to 80% 10 times that session, and I was still like, I don't know if I'm going to beat it today. It doesn't really matter too much. It's not a big deal. Thankfully, I did beat it, but the fact that I got to 80% 10 times and I still wasn't 100% certain about whether or not I was going to beat it should say enough, right? So I have a hard time recommending it based on the balancing of the level itself, which is unlucky, because I do genuinely think it's very, very fun. I don't know if it's just a watch piggy thing or whatever, but from what I've seen, watch piggy's verifications are usually just riddled with really rough choke points, and it's unlucky because I do think they're very fun. He has really good levels as his verifications, but they just tend to be very choke point carried, and I don't know if that's just if he doesn't care or whatever, but it's just an observation. But either way, I personally really like this level, but I have a hard time recommending it for the reasons I've just talked about. But either way, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for spending time with me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you later. Join Discord if you haven't already, and buy the plushie. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.